Teddy Traveler Goes to Australia. There once was a bear named Teddy, Teddy Traveler to be exact. He was a very adventurous bear and was always looking for something to explore. Every day while playing in his backyard, Teddy would hear airplanes zooming through the air above his head. "I wonder where they are going," he would think as he watched them fly by. Teddy would make up stories of faraway places where the airplanes were flying to. He would even pack his backpack and pretend that he was going somewhere too. One day, Teddy's mama gave him a little book with the word passport written in gold lettering across the front. Carefully, he opened the book, and inside, he saw a picture of himself. Right beside the picture was written his name, Teddy Traveler. Teddy jumped up and down. "Mama, does this mean?" Teddy started to ask. "Yes, Teddy," she exclaimed. "Soon we are going to be flying high above the clouds, like all those airplanes that you like to watch." Teddy ran to find his daddy. "Where are we going?" he asked. Daddy swung little Teddy into his arms and chuckled as he gave him a big squeeze. "Teddy, we are going to Australia," he said as he pointed to it on the map. "It's a country and a continent all in one. They call it the land down under." Teddy was so excited, he ran to his room to pack his bags. "There," he said, "I'm all ready to go." Early the next morning, Teddy and his parents arrived at the airport. Teddy proudly showed the flight attendant his passport as they boarded the plane. Soon, the engine began to rumble, and the plane started going faster and faster until it lifted up into the air. Up, up, up the plane went. Teddy was surprised to see how small the houses and cars looked from the air. They almost looked like little toys that he could play with. Once the plane was soaring above the clouds, the flight attendant brought them something to eat. Teddy was so excited for his first airplane ride, he couldn't wait to get to Australia. After a long flight, they finally landed. "Welcome to Australia," he was greeted as they walked off the plane. Teddy's parents explained to him that they had arrived in a place called Sydney, one of Australia's biggest cities. "It's not the capital city, though," Mama said. "Australia's capital is called Canberra." Soon, Teddy was on his way to see a famous building that looked somewhat like a giant bird with white wings. "This is the famous Opera House," his parents told him. Teddy thought the Opera House was very different from any building he had ever seen. What he liked most, however, was sitting by the water and watching the boats go by. Teddy noticed that Australians spoke with a different accent than what he was used to. Instead of saying good morning, people would tell each other, "G'day, mate." Teddy thought it was fun to say and tried to speak with an Australian accent. He giggled. He wasn't very good at it. A few days later, Teddy and his parents headed to Australia's desert land called the Outback. Gone were the waves. Gone were the boats. Suddenly, Teddy found himself surrounded by red desert and scruffy grass. "Look over there," Teddy's mama exclaimed. In the distance, Teddy saw a massive object looming out of the desert. "That's Uluru. It's a large sandstone rock," she said. "Rock?" Teddy thought. "It looks more like a mountain to me." Early the next morning, while the sun was still rising, Teddy and his family headed over to see Uluru up close. "Let's see how far around it we can walk," Teddy's daddy exclaimed. Farther and farther around they went, as the sun got high and brighter in the sky. Soon, they were very hot and sweaty. "How about we take a break and drink some water?" Mama suggested. The next day, Teddy and his parents made their way to see some very special Australian animals. When they arrived, Teddy snuggled a baby koala as it munched on some eucalyptus leaves. The koala was so soft and cuddly, and Teddy didn't want to ever let it go. Just then, a kangaroo hopped over to Teddy's side. Teddy squatted down next to her and noticed that she had a little pouch near her tummy. As Teddy looked closer, he was surprised to see that there was a baby kangaroo nestled inside. Teddy reached down to pet her, when suddenly the mama kangaroo hopped away. Teddy pretended to be a kangaroo and jumped up after her. He hopped and he hopped and he hopped. First, he hopped after one kangaroo. Then he hopped after another. Teddy hopped until he was completely worn out. "That was fun!" he exclaimed. "But it's a little bit exhausting to be a kangaroo." Teddy was so excited when his parents told him that they would be traveling to the Great Barrier Reef next. "Yippee!" Teddy shouted. "We're going swimming!" The cool blue water was quite a change from the desert, and Teddy was excited to jump in and cool off. Teddy ran towards the water, but his daddy called after him. "Wait," he said. "Let me show you how to use this mask and snorkel. Then you will be able to see all the beautiful fish and coral that live under the water." He placed the mask over Teddy's face and taught him how to breathe out of the snorkel's long tube. He also fitted Teddy with a life jacket and a pair of flippers to help him swim more easily. "You're all ready to go," he said. Sticking his face in the water, Teddy was amazed by what he saw. Beautiful fish swam in every direction, and brightly colored coral dotted the ocean floor. As Teddy swam, he saw bright blue and yellow fish swimming past him. "This is so much fun," he thought. After snorkeling for a little while, Teddy headed back to the beach, where he built the biggest sandcastle that he could imagine. When it was done, the sandcastle was almost as tall as Teddy himself. "I love Australia," he thought. "I wish we could stay here forever." That night, as Teddy's mama tucked him in, she reminded him that they would be flying home early the next morning. "Do we have to leave already?" Teddy asked. "Unfortunately, we do," said Mama. "But it won't be long until we go on another trip and explore a completely new place. How would you like that?" she asked. "I would like it a lot," Teddy grinned. Teddy snuggled down into his covers, smiled a sleepy smile, and hugged his passport to his chest. "I want to travel the whole world and see everything there is to see. I can't wait to go on another adventure." Teddy's eyes began to close as he envisioned all the places he